I love wrestling.
Check us out.
And you love wrestling.
We love wrestling? Watch that shit, bitch.
I'm even rapping.
Hello guys, my name is Jazymyne Hao, and if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, we all love wrestling.
We love wrestling. We love wrestling.
We love wrestling. We love wrestling.
And we love wrestling.
We love wrestling.
We love wrestling.
Yeah! I told you.
Oh, we love wrestling.
That intro be getting me hyped though, but today, another Women in Wrestling. So welcome to Women in Wrestling. Ooh, today we got the Dragon of Malice. Somebody has seen a Hit Club Pro put on a spectacular showing. Maybe seeing her a little bit more going against a certain champion out here. We have Jazymyne Hao. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. You know, I'm excited to be here.
Oh, we're excited to have you here, Jazymyne. The first question that we always ask before we get started with the rest is, why do you love wrestling, or what started your love for it?
Well, I started loving wrestling when I was a kid, obviously, and then it's just like every time I watch it, it's like electricity goes through my mind. It was like I knew I wanted to do this then. What made me actually become a wrestler, seeing the change from, what women's wrestling used to be to what it is now. Women's wrestling is on a roll. It's like one of the best things in wrestling going on right now. I would have to say one of my biggest inspirations as a woman's wrestler would have to be Sasha Banks.
The boss?
Yes, the boss, Sasha Banks.
Ooh. Why would she be one of your biggest? I mean, she's one of my favorite people. I mean, everybody knows this, but why is she one of your biggest inspirations?
I mean, like seeing her in NXT on the main roster, man, she killed it. She and other women changed the game. And in my opinion, I personally think she and the other girls did. Some people might disagree with that, but me personally, I would like to give her credit for being one of the women to do it.
Oh, Jazymyne, if they do disagree with you, then they disagree with us. But I totally understand what you're saying here today. So how long have you been wrestling, if I can ask?
I've been wrestling for almost 2 years now, a little bit over.
Okay. How did you get started and involved in wrestling?
I just saved up money, and went to a training camp, and it's been skyrocketing from there.
Okay. Said training camp. Who would you say your first trainer is besides the training camp?
My first trainer ever is the one and only George South.
A lot of y'all coming through George South out there. How's it training with him? Because everybody has a different experience with George. Some people say, he has different phrases that he say or just random comments.
He does. He every training session with him is one to remember. I mean, the guy tells story like no other. Training with him, it's been, I was really nervous, really scared to do anything. And he looked, I felt like I was one of his daughters. He treated me with such care. I love him so much.
Since you've been training with him, I seen, we'll go here. I seen you out in that North Carolina area. How's the scene out there? I know a few people in that area, but how's the scene out there for you?
The scene out here for me is great. The South is like one of the best places for wrestling.
Now I have to ask. I was doing a little research, so before I get here, if you wasn't wrestling, what would you be doing?
I would be a firefighter.
Okay. So I saw a picture of you with CFD, I think, Charlotte Fire Department. Okay. So
Yeah.
you involved with them being a firefighter, or?
Yeah. I was trying to go to the academy. But you know, having wrestling as a dream, I was thinking to myself like, oh, like traveling the world to wrestle and then having to have such a big responsibility as a first responder. I wasn't sure if I could do both at the same time. So that's why I went with what I wanted to do the most, which was wrestling, and I kind of put that to the side.
Mm. You ever think about maybe one day when you stop wrestling or you made it big in wrestling, going back to being a fighter?
If I'm not too old, I could probably give it a shot.
Okay, I can feel that. You know, sometimes I suit up for Truck 51. You know, I'll be watching Chicago Fire a lot. So when I saw you with the fire department, I said, "Uh-oh, we got some here."
Oh, I love that show.
See, you Truck 51, 61, or which truck you like? Truck 3? What's your favorite truck?
Squad 3.
Okay. You like, okay, Sever Rod and them. I mess with you. Now I got to ask about this name. So you said you would be a firefighter, but your name is the Dragon of Malice. You know, dragons have they spit out fire a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty ironic.
So how you come up with that nickname, the Dragon of Malice?
It just I was actually talking with a close friend of mine, and when I was coming up with my character, and I like dragons, so I wanted to, and also I like to beat up people. So, and I just kind of we just kind of put that together, and that's what happened.
You want to talk about Hit Club Pro? Because I got questions. I just want your honest opinion.
Of course, let's talk about anything.
All right, so you had a triple threat match at Hit Club Pro. You went over, you won.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about the atmosphere at Hit Club Pro?
The atmosphere was great. Some of the best fans I ever met. It was really cool.
Is that guy your manager that came out?
No, he is not my manager. Just to clear that up. I knew somebody was going to ask me about it eventually.
I mean, if you haven't, go to IWTV, watch Hit Club Pro. A little bit's on there, but yeah, but not to talk about him. At the end, you walked out on Trisha Dora, you know, the Pan-African champion and everything.
Yeah.
Challenging to a match. You've been in for 2 years, Jazmyne. You go from the triple threat at really like the beginning of the card, then you come out on the person who won the main event. What you think about that? You matching up well with Trisha Dora?
I mean, I feel like since I beat one of the, like, not even like two of the greatest women in the North Carolina women's division in the same night, I felt like, hey, well, why don't I go out and introduce myself to the champion? Okay. And what really bothered me about that is how she was questioning my ability, if I should be out there or not. When she was in the main event, you know, she was kind of struggling there against AC Mack by herself. But me, like I said, I beat two women in the same match. So
Jazmyne, you didn't say you said she was
yeah, she was kind of getting kicked out around there, so
Trish, you heard her. That didn't come from me. No offense to what she said, but you were struggling with AC Mack even though you won. Is that what you looking to do at the next Hit Club show, Trisha Dora, or you just, I mean, because, you know, Trish, you ain't playing out here.
I threw out the challenge. Sounded like she accepted it to me, but, you know, if I could hear it any more clear words, I would like to hear that come straight from her mouth. And if she does accept the challenge, that's the next main event for the next Hit Club show.
Main event? Oh my, Jazmyne in the main event.
I mean, also, it could be just a normal singles match, but that beautiful title she carries around, it would change the stakes for the match if she put that on the line.
Jazmyne, you trying to call your shot for the Pan African World Dysphoria Championship?
Yeah, I absolutely am. I went out there, I challenged her, so why not? But like I was saying, why not make it even better to have her put the title on line?
All right, hey, Jazmyne's ready. You guys better pay attention. I mean, she's saying it. Jazmyne, what areas have you wrestled in besides North Carolina as of now?
I've wrestled in different cities in Georgia. Almost went to Virginia one time, but let's see. I'm wrestling on October 29th in South Carolina. It'll be my first time wrestling in South Carolina, being officially licensed there to wrestle. But yeah, if you've so basically, I've been just trying to get out there. So far, really, the only places I've wrestled other than my home state is Georgia. I've been there about 3 or 4 times.
So I always ask people when they come on, what areas are you trying to get out to? Because we watch independent wrestling from all over and have something.
Now, there's one place I'm really dying to get out to, and that is New York. I've been dying to wrestle up there in the north. I just have to get up there to New York and Illinois. Those are my two states that I really want to wrestle in.
New York and Illinois?
Mm-hmm.
Certain company you got your eye on that you want to get up? That you say?
Not a certain company. I would honestly like to wrestle all over New York.
Oh. New York, holla at her. Maybe some. Joaquin, you be watching these. Jazmyne versus Cosmic will go crazy at Battle Club. I'm just saying. That's just my little plug since he watches these. Jazmyne, okay, you want to be in New York and in Illinois, so I got to ask you, because I always ask this question too. On the independent scene, is there 3 women that you've been looking to face or you want to face?
Yes, we were just talking about one of them, and which is Trish Adora. The other one would be Savannah Evans. I've been dying to get at her for I don't know how long now. And a third one is not real woman. Well, to just avoid that whole conversation, I have pretty much a list of people I would like to face. But the third one, it's not a woman. He's one of my other trainers. You may know him, James Drake. I would like for it to be a teacher versus student thing. He's my top 3.
Why everybody want James Drake? Oh man.
It's only right. He's one of the people that trained me, so why not?
Trying to take out your trainer?
Have you heard his chops? I would love to have a chopping battle with him.
Oh, a chop. Okay, chop battle, chopper style. Who some of the people you think got the hardest chops in the game? Let's see where your head's at.
Well, one of them would be him, and the other one, Rayhan. He has some pretty mean chops.
Rayhan Intense. If you don't know Rayhan on Game, go watch that. We had him on. That's my dude. Ugly Game. So yeah. Ask this question to everybody. It determines what's the next question after this question. It's a very simple question. It's not hard.
Okay.
You pick your brain. The Rock or Stone Cold?
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to have to go with The Rock. Yeah, look at that.
Guys.
Beautiful.
Special. We have hit 20 for The Rock. The Rock is now up 20-17, guys. We have hit 20 for The Rock. Let's go. We can start over. It'll be a new question, but The Rock has won. Why have you picked The Rock over Stone Cold? There's no right or wrong answer, but I love to hear people's perspective on it.
Rock was always more entertaining to me personally, although we all lost our minds when Stone Cold music hits. It's just that Rock is on a whole nother level of entertainment for me.
Okay, I can understand that. I can understand that, Jazmyne. Uh, do you watch what's the show? House of the Dragon?
No, I've had a lot of people ask me that.
You know, what what's your favorite type of dragon? I'm trying to correlate the dragons in here.
It would have to be a Japanese dragon.
Japanese dragon. Okay, I need you to get on watching them dragons though, Jazmyne. You can't be the malice, the dragon of malice, and you're not
I've
taking in the dragon.
I've heard people tell me that too. Like, that's why I always got that question: have you watched House of Dragons? Like, I don't know. I've just never really been into the whole Games of Thrones type of thing, but I'll probably check it out sometime soon. Because isn't House of Dragons, isn't that like a spin-off to Games of Thrones or something?
Yeah, it took me a while to get into it, but once I got into it, I was like, oh, I can see why all y'all was interested in this. You know, it pulled me in, so I was excited about game. If you watch Game of Thrones, I say you'd be excited all the way up to the last season of it. Then it's like, that's neither here or there. Favorite wrestlers growing up?
Favorite wrestlers growing up, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Hiroshi Tanahashi. One of literally my all-time favorite wrestler is him. And that'll be pretty much it for me. Like in the all-time
Two
perspective.
questions about to come out of this. Do you want to go over to Japan and wrestle?
Yes, I absolutely would love to go over there. Matter of fact, I would honestly love to get a crack at Tanahashi before he retires. It's probably not gonna happen, but one can only dream, right?
A lot of people want to get in the wrestling film. We talk about that dream and just having a feel do you watch a lot of Stardom or take in that over there?
I watch Stardom here and there, whenever I get time to watch it. But mostly I just watch like New Japan.
Okay. Then you said the first name you named some of your favorites growing up was Shawn Michaels. So since you've been wrestling for 2 years, if I say here's the Bret Hart to your Shawn Michaels, what name would come to your mind?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What?
I said if I was your first name you said was Shawn Michaels was one of your favorites growing up. If I asked you who was the Bret Hart to your Shawn Michaels, what name would come to mind?
It would have to be Casey Fox.
Casey Fox?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Casey Fox is the Bret Hart to her Shawn Michaels, people. To keep going down this path, Jazmyne, don't get offended by this question, but I've been asking everybody this. Who's the first person to bust your ass in the ring?
It would have to be Selena Rose.
Selena Rose?
Yeah.
Oh man, how it happened? You want to describe it? Because I'm gonna try to find the clip.
Okay, so we had a tag team match. It was Daddy Daughter Dance versus me and Elias Roman. Now, when she shot me off the rope, and I kid you not, she knocked the shit out of me. And I kind of liked it. I love the hard fighting style. Now, you probably won't be able to tell where she actually knocked the shit out of me, but I felt that. I couldn't even get up, honestly.
Oh.
I was definitely blessed in that match.
Okay. we gonna try to find the moment. If it's out there somewhere, we gonna try to find it and put that up. You said we won't be able to tell, but We may have an eye to be able to tell. I'm just saying. Jazmyne, what's one of the favorite? Because we got like 2 more questions. So, what's one of your favorite moments that happened for you in wrestling so far?
Let me see. One of my favorite moments to happen. It's more of like a personal backstage thing. Like, since I've been wrestling for 2 years, I get offered like these amazing opportunities to have to like the difference in where I first started versus where I'm going. You know, you can tell because like it's like having to share a locker room with some of the biggest names in wrestling is like it means a lot, because obviously when you first start off, like, you know, you're with people on the same level as you, but to share a locker room with like these people, it just means a lot to me personally. It really complements my growth, in my opinion.
Have you had people that watched? I have certain moments where I have a mark out moment. Have you had any mark out moments with anybody that you've been on a show with?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering, you know, somebody you met took you back to being a fan where you all started like, I'm in here when I'm making it. Like, nobody?
No.
Okay. One more question here. Then we're going to go to our final spot here. What do you hold as some of the most important advice that you got since you started wrestling?
What's the most important advice I've got?
Yes, that you hold as some of the most important advice that you got.
Oh, I've heard a lot.
Just one thing. You said you heard a lot. Just one.
Okay. Okay. Let me think real quick. Well, one of the things, probably there's people who've already said this, but you know, when I was when I was training and stuff, my trainers, they obviously told me that like there's nothing more important in wrestling than the fans, obviously. Like, and I know a lot of wrestlers, they go out there and, you know, they just do what they want to do and kind of ignore why we're there in the first place. We're here for the people who made wrestling what it is. We're here for the people who give us love and watch us do what we do every single time. So that would be one of the most important advices I've ever gotten, because I was one of those people who didn't really, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people who didn't really cherish the fans at first, but ever since I got told, you know, how important they were, that line has just stuck with me, because now I kind of admire them more than ever.
How important is character work for you?
Character work is one of the most important things over anything else. Like, character work is like it like you can go out there and do 1,000 super kicks and 1,000 Canadian destroyers and nobody would care, I promise you. But your character work, if it's A1, you will succeed. Your character work has to be top notch. It does not matter how athletic or how many moves you could do, because I promise you nobody would care about that after the day it happens. But people are going to remember your character work for as long as they live.
Somebody told her right. Well, I'm trying to tell you. You remember a good character, you can have some good moves, but that character also gets you there.
For sure.
Guys, we about to go to this moment, because if y'all don't know Jazmyne, And this is how y'all find out about Jazmyne. Jazmyne, this is what we call our put yourself over moment. This is where you let the people know your social media, way they can support you, things that you haven't coming up. We just want you to put yourself over.
All right, so if you follow me on all my social medias, if you have not yet, my Instagram is my name, Jazymyne Hao, right there. That is also my Facebook, and my Twitter is Jazmyne X0. That's my username. But once you search my name, you should be able to find my account. And also my merch. I have some wonderful shirts, as you can see on me. Yep, that's my Twitter handle. My merch is in my link tree bio on my accounts. You can see my merchandise website. You can go. It's a website by What a Maneuver. Go down to my shop, Jazymyne Hao, and you should be able to see my amazing shirt. Well, it comes in a variety of different things. Since it's cold outside, you guys might want to rock a amazing hoodie. So I would advise you guys to go out there and order yourself a Dragon of Malice hoodie. And as far as my upcoming events, next week, I'm wrestling for Icon Pro Wrestling in Graham, North Carolina. If you guys want to see the Dragon of Malice in person, go there Friday. And then Saturday, I'm wrestling at Urban Combat Wrestling. So if you also want to see the Dragon of Malice in person, go there. And that's all.
Ooh, the Dragon of Malice in person is always, all the links will be in the description. If you're on the video version, if you're on the podcast version, they're still in the description for you. Jazmyne, if I go online and people will say I'm a wrestling fan, I see this talk with you, I'm like, okay, they talk to Jazmyne Hao. What's a match online that you know of that people should watch to get a feel of who you are?
Well, they should definitely watch the Hit Club Pro match with me, Brittany Jade, and Sadie Moss. They should definitely watch that one.
Where's that? Like right there, I'll put a link to the live view that we had at the show, and then you can go to IWTV again and watch that match and check it out. Next show, she might be facing Trisha Dora. Then y'all, everybody be like, "Oh my God, who's this that just faced Trisha Dora, Jazmyne Hao?" Everybody will want to know you at that point. So I'm trying to get y'all on before it happens. Let's see, Jazmyne. Any final words, or when people come out to the shows, what is it that you want them to take home from seeing you live and in person?
Well, I definitely want them to take home. Well, the actions will speak for itself. Whatever fight I might have that night, they may see my opponent leaving on a stretcher. I mean, that they might be traumatized. I see you laughing over there.
No, I'm just sitting here listening to you. I'm like, why are you so violent, Jazmyne? Leaving on the stretcher?
Yeah, I mean, where do you think I got my nickname from?
Yeah. Somebody might leave on a stretcher. I'm telling you, when she out there, she got the intensity, and she does some moves that you like, wait a minute now. Ooh, because I'm telling you, when I watched that match, I was front row and everything, and I was like, okay, she in here cooking. And like she said, she did beat two people that's big on the North Carolina scene. So, Sadie Lee Most and our guest that we had just recently. So, hey, we out here. Jazmyne, when you face Trish, if it's at the right time, I should be in the building. Just gonna see what happens. Hopefully Trish doesn't go out on a stretcher or nothing. Why are you trying to send people out on that? Now, this is a serious question, Jazmyne. They always say you got to look out for your opponents, but you talking about they might leave on a stretcher. So obviously you just going in there to get you a win, and if the person get hurt, they get hurt. Is that Is that your mentality?
Yeah, we're fighting to win. It just so happens that if I win and you leave out on the stretcher, that's not my fault.
Oh.
I mean, that's got to be the mentality everyone has to have. I mean, you got to fight your hardest to win. And if you're not trying your hardest, what are you doing in the ring? It's clearly not to win.
She just said it right there, people. What do you? She just said it right. I mean, that's the perfect spot to end right there because she just told you what I like to hear. Jazmyne, you got our full support here. We love wrestling. If you send people out on stretchers, I always say if it happens, it happens. You know what I'm saying? But we like that intensity out you. Guys, again, all links in the description. Follow Jazmyne, support Jazmyne. If you're in an area, go to a show that she owns. You should see her more. People will probably start contacting her. New York, Illinois, Chicago, really. Get her there. I know a few people. I'm going to shoot a line, you know what I'm saying? So if you get some contacts soon or down the line, we're going to put it out there for you.
Thank you. That would mean a lot to me.
No problem, Jazmyne. But thank you for giving us this time. We appreciate you for letting us get your name out there to more people out here. Again, people, click the links in the description. If you're on the YouTube version, go listen on the podcast version. If you're on the podcast version, get over to the YouTube version so you can see the Dragon of Malice. And like I always say, I'm Trey D. And if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. It's too street for the culture. Ooh.
Love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we. You're not here, you missing out. Is this show?